So we have seen earlier RDDs, and now let's take a look at what is the transformation and an action. A transformation creates a new RDD from the existing one. And what's the action? Action actually triggers computation and returns a result. So what's that mean? If you have worked with the Java 8 streams, it's exactly the same as in the Spark. So basically here, right, let's take this example. So we have Java RDD, and what we are doing is, so we have just a list of the numbers, right? And the first one is that we are counting the numbers. So what are the, how many numbers are there? That's the first one. Second one is that we are reducing the numbers, right? So which means that we are just summing them up. And the third one is we are taking the first, and we are taking the three elements from the array. Again, all these operations that we have here, they are also part of the Java Streams API, so we can do these simple operations also in Java Streams API. Let's run it. Let's see that how exactly it works. So for example here, right, so what we have is the first one. The first one is that we should print the count, right? We should print the count, how many total numbers we have. So for that, the count is 5, so indeed we have 5 elements. And then what we do is next, we are summing them up. And the last one is we are finding the first element, what's the first element in here, and we are taking the three first elements in this array. But now let's go to see that the other things that we can do with the transformation and with the action. So here what we have is we have a sentence, and what we need to do, we want to find the unique word. So for example, Spark is repeated here twice, Spark is repeated twice, is repeated 3 times, but we want to know how many unique words are there. So what we do is we are using a flat map operation that exactly does it for us, which is exactly, we have the same method with the same name in the streams starting from the Java 8. And we are splitting them by the space, and then we are taking the distinct words, right? So whatever these RDDs return to us, we are taking the distinct words from that RDD. So let's run it and see that it exactly works as expected. So as you can see here, it returns us all the distinct words that we have in this sentence. And the last one is just to review one more time, the transformation and the action, right? In Java 8 also, if we have two kind of operation, right? The first one is map and the flat map and so on, filter. All those operations, they are called what? They are called the intermediate operations. And when we have, let's say, collect to the list, that is called terminal operations, right? Here is the same, is exactly the same logic, and under the hood they are working exactly the same. So what we do here, we have an RDD, and we are performing two transformation on them. So first one is we are taking the square root for each number, and after that we are filtering, we are taking only those numbers that are more than 10. And after that we are collecting them, right? So we are collecting whatever the result that we have. Unless we call this operation action, it will not do anything here. So if we run without it, right? So it will not, the computation will not start. The same with the Java 8. If we have, let's say, intermediate operations, we may have as many as we want. We can change those operations, but unless we are not adding the terminal operation, the pipeline will not start. So let's run it and see that it exactly works as expected. So here, what we have, right? So we are taking the square root, and then we are filtering the numbers that are more than 10, and we have only two numbers, 4, which is 16, and the 25 that is more than 10.